Okay, so today is Tuesday, July the 8th, and I am interviewing Emily, who is still single, but will be married in about 16 days. Yes. So Emily, that is a lovely dress you're wearing. Is there anything special about that dress?
Yes. So this is actually the dress that I was wearing when I met Ben, which was almost exactly 7 years ago on 4th of July. And so I thought it would be kind of fun to put it on because I still have it in the closet, and every time I put it on it's nice because Ben kind of lights up and goes, "Oh, that's the dress you were wearing when I met you."
Well, that's wonderful, and I could definitely see why he was interested in that dress. Okay, so you have been living with Ben for several years now. Do you think that married life with Ben will be exactly the same as life now, or a little bit different?
I mean, definitely a little bit different, but the funny thing is that, I mean, we've been living together pretty much from almost right as soon as we started dating. I mean, even though we lived in separate places in college, slowly my clothes started to make their way into the closet, and, you know, little things, a shirt there, curling iron under the bathroom, and so we just spent so much time together, and, you know, eventually we were grocery shopping together in college, and, you know, even though we had separate places, we just spent a ton of time together. And so when we eventually moved in together officially, it just felt really natural and just kind of felt right. And I've always said that Ben is the best roommate I've ever had. I've never had a better roommate. And so I feel like, you know, every little step we've taken has just kind of been at the right time. And, you know, whether it was buying the house or, you know, now going into marriage, I feel like being a married couple is just going to come really naturally and feel like the next perfect step. I feel like there'll be small things that feel a little different. I mean, I know that I'll have that kind of, you know, we'll have the newlywed glow that you get right after you get married, but I think that it's just going to be in general just kind of the same but better.
Great way to look at it. So when you met Ben, how old was he?
So we were both 20 years old. We both just turned 20, so pretty much all of our 20s have been together.
Okay, so do you think that there's any difference between 20-year-old Ben and 27-year-old Ben?
Definitely, you know, a lot of differences, a lot of similarities too. I'd say physically, Ben, when I first met him, he had kind of longer hair, a little scruffier. He wore glasses. He just had LASIK since then, so he doesn't wear glasses anymore. He actually put them on the other day, and it was kind of like just weird feeling of like, oh my gosh, it's college Ben. And he'd wear these American Apparel shirts with holes in them that to this day I cannot get him to take out of his wardrobe. So, you know, now he's definitely, you know, more clean cut, you know, a little even fitter than he was then, which is hard to imagine. Still very handsome. Personality-wise, I would say that Ben is, you know, when I met him, he was very much this, you know, he was a handsome ladies' man, and he, you know, was this speech and debate Kent kid, and, you know, he kind of has grown into that more in a lot of ways. Like now, instead of being a ladies' man, he's my man. And I feel like, you know, personality-wise, he has changed in some ways where he, you know, definitely he cares more about the environment like I do. I think there are a lot of things that we've kind of rubbed off on each other, and he, you know, didn't used to recycle, and now he recycles. He cares more about, you know, making sure the AC isn't on all the time, so we're saving energy, and also probably more importantly money for him. But you know, there are little things like that, and he eats a lot healthier. When I first met him, he would eat Doritos, hot dogs, Taco Bell. So now he probably eats actually healthier than I do.
Okay, so I can tell how you've influenced each other, which was kind of my next question, but I think you've answered it. Okay, so I asked you about this last week. I said, imagine you were traveling, and imagine that you'd be apart from Ben for a little while, and you had to bring one thing with you, but it couldn't be a picture, and it would be something to remind you of Ben. What would that be?
So I have a letter that when we were first dating, Ben wrote me this lovely long letter. He gave it to me on my birthday, and we had been dating now for only, I think, about 4 months, and, you know, even though we'd known each other longer than that, and I'd kind of known that I loved him for a long time, but we'd never said it. And, you know, I would always like kind of, there'd be like moments when it almost felt like it was gonna jump out of me and I was just gonna scream, I love you! But you know, we hadn't said it yet to each other. And so on my birthday, the last gift was that he gave me this letter. And it was really sweet. It just has all these fun stories about our relationship and when we first dating, just all these memories that he had been thinking of and writing down. And then at the very end of the letter, he wrote, so he says, I can never go back to waking up without you by my side, could never laugh the way I do with you, could never not hold you again, could never go back to being alone after knowing what it's like to be with you. I really do love you, Em. I love you so much. Hope you have a very happy birthday. Love, Ben. So that was the first time he said I love you, and we said it. I obviously said it back because I've been wanting to for a while, but so this letter has always meant a lot to me.
That is so wonderful. And that is the longest letter that Ben has ever written in his life, probably times 10.
Definitely. I mean, this is definitely the longest letter that Ben has ever written.
That's so cute. Usually he wrote letters and he would apologize for his handwriting in those letters, but I bet he didn't do that there.
Maybe he did actually. He probably started out with saying, sorry about my handwriting.
Okay. Okay, so now let's look down the road a little bit. And let's come to a day when you perhaps hopefully will have children and fill in the blanks. When we have kids, I really hope that they get my blank and Ben's blank.
Well, I would say, you know, I hope that they're definitely a mixture of both of us in a lot of ways. I hope that they would share both of our senses of humor. I feel like we laugh a lot together, and that's something that I'd really want for our kids as well. And also our love for, you know, the outdoors and for live music, which is something that's been a big part of our lives ever since we met. That's something I'd want them to also share a love of. And then kind of just different aspects of me that I'd want them to have would be my love for learning. It's something that I've always loved and has always been really important to me. I've always loved school and reading. I would also want them to have my love for helping others and social justice. That's something that's always been a big passion of mine and really important. And then just also my listening abilities. I think that's always been something that I've been really good at. And then in Ben, well, obviously I want them to have his athletic abilities since he's such an athlete. And his incredible intelligence. He's the smartest person I've ever met, and that's something that I would love for them to have as well. And then I've never met someone that's more dedicated or passionate about what they do. When Ben sets his mind on something, he will do anything until it's finished or until, you know, there's an answer. So that's something that I really would want like our kids to have as well, is his dedication and passion.
So nice. That's so nice. Oh, good. Okay, so fill in the blank. Even after being with Ben for 7 years, I'm still amazed at how blank he is.
Even after being with Ben for 7 years, I am still amazed that I still get butterflies. And not just any butterflies, the kind that you get when you first meet someone, you know, that kind of build up inside and you're just so excited to see them. Even when Ben is gone for a couple days, you know, he's just out of town for his bachelor weekend over the weekend, and I still miss him even if it's not very long. We think about each other, and I love that. Even when he texts me or calls me, I still get excited to see what he's gonna say, and every time I see him, I still fall more deeply in love. And I think that even from the moment that we said I love you, you know, we meant it, but even our love now I think is even deeper and stronger. And so I think that that really amazes me, that you could just fall more in love with someone every day, and that even after 7 years of knowing each other, there's still that spark and excitement.
How lovely is that? That's great. Okay, the countdown has begun. You are going to get married in 16 days. So I think you were a cheerleader in high school. Am I right about that?
A dancer.
A dancer. Okay. Well, we're all very excited for the wedding, so give us your best cheer and excitement to get us all revved up for the big day.
All right, so the big day is coming very quickly, and I can't wait. Although I don't normally cheer, I do dance. So I just am very excited. We cannot wait to get married. I think that this day is a long time coming, but just also perfect timing, and we can't wait to share it with our family who we love and adore, and are so excited to be in Santa Ynez to get married soon. And yay!
Okay.